Apple changes its mind about its return period with the iPhone. We get a very clear explanation of Samsung's ISOCELL camera technology on the Galaxy S5. And if you want a Sony Xperia Z2, you better act fast. I'm Jaime Rivera, and if I'm starting to look tan, don't worry, it should go away by the wintertime. This is Pocketnow Daily. Let's start today off with some official news, as I know a lot of you remember the OnePlus One, which is the oddest name for a smartphone, but it is the next Cyanogen mod phone to be launched. Now, while we get some more reports on what to expect from this phone, apparently the device will include an always listening feature, sort of like what we find on the Moto X. And the funniest thing about these news is that this is based on the Snapdragon 800 leak and hack that was figured out by a developer yesterday. So yeah, Qualcomm needs to learn its own thing from other people, I guess. Now let's talk about Samsung, as I know some of you were disappointed about the fact that the Galaxy S5 did not include a 20 megapixel camera or something crazy when it was announced, but it does include the ISOCELL camera that apparently is a big deal. Links in the description for a full video on exactly why this camera matters, as apparently even though it's still focused on the backside illuminated sensor technology, it does a better job in low light. We just want to test it. And if you want the all-new HTC One, hey, don't wait for it. You can get it now on eBay for $500. And no, I'm not kidding. There's actually a listing in the links down below of an HTC One from Verizon where we get the full retail box, the phone, everything, all the specifications at the back, and it's just really interesting. $500 on eBay. It has a buy it now button, so we're not exactly sure how long this is going to last. It's probably going to be taken down by the time this video goes live, but hey, we get more details on the phone. Let's hope it's ready for launch on the 25th. Now, one of the devices that we liked the most from MWC 2014 was the Sony Xperia Z2, and call it whatever you want. Some people were like, hey, this is just another Z1, and it kind of is, but it has all the improvements of the things that we did not like about the Z1. And as it turns out, we are expecting for this phone to be launched to the public on the second week of April, according to Clove, but it seems that there is going to be a shortage of units, so if you're interested in the Z2, as we are, you better make sure you keep an eye on this launch. And finally, for the interesting news of the day, those of you that were disappointed about the fact that CarPlay was announced with no cars that are compatible with it, well, Pioneer is apparently going to be building an aftermarket device that will allow you to bring all the features of CarPlay on your non-Ferrari car, which is great since a lot of us are not able to buy a car like right now, and specifically not for CarPlay. We just don't know if this is something that's going to be approved by Apple, but most likely after the whole made for iPod branding. But an even more interesting news, Apple silently killed their 30-day return policy for the iPhone. And even though the company hasn't really told anybody why, they're just going back to 14 days. And that leads me to the question of the day. How do you feel about Apple making their whole return policy smaller? I mean, I remember in the whole Steve Jobs biography, this was a big topic about why he fought for this to remain 30 days. Leave us a comment down below, as to be honest with you, 30 days was great. 14 days is also good, but for some people it's not enough. And friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video is filmed, make sure you follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.